Okay. Yeah, so just today I received something in the mail. It's a small something. It's not a big one, but it was something that I'd been looking for like the better part of a year. And it we'll get to the full story, but I'll just show you right now. I finally picked up this. This is the Tiltrotor pack, Build Divers Support Unit, high grade 1 and 1/44th scale Tiltrotor pack. I've mentioned this a handful of times, and I've been looking for it for a good little while. A number of folks have been very helpful in offering alternatives, suggestions for different models I could use that generally look the same. There's a 30-minute missions Tiltrotor pack, which looks arguably better, but for the purposes of having strictly only Gundam parts, which is part of the requirement if you intend to enter the GBWC, I wanted this. Now, just to kind of go over my story arc in terms of trying to actually find this small little kit here. Once again, when I had picked up the Red Beret, and it's disassembled right now, so pardon me, it's kind of not fully put together, but when I picked up the Grimoire Red Beret, I ended up buying two. But the Grimoire Red Beret does have a companion piece, which is this, and I really wanted it. Hold on. A number of these build fighters, build divers kits, they come with some kind of like additional pack to represent some moment in the show or what have you. And I was like, I'm a big fan of this Red Beret design. It seems wrong not to have the full thing. It seems wrong not to have the Tiltrotor pack. Let's do a quick little Google and see if I can find the Tiltrotor pack. And this is like early in the year, mind you, when this was re-released. And as it turns out, these things are just gone. They are so hard to find. Quick search results in practically all stores, whether it be Canadian or American, just absolutely sold out. So that was very frustrating. But okay, hold on, guys. I had a few false starts in terms of trying to actually get this kit, and I just had enough at a certain point in time. I was just like, I am fed up. I need to just get it. And a couple, was it like last month, friend of the channel, Effie, suggested that I look at it's a Japanese site, Mandarake. She mentioned that Mandarake could be a place where I might be able to find this. And as it turns out, I did find a couple of places or a couple of offerings, listings for the Tiltrotor pack, but it was like, well, I don't even know. I have never shipped anything from Japan. I haven't bought anything from that site, so I'm gonna look into that later. And like practically maybe like 2 days later, when I went to check again, it was all gone. So again, I was just like, ah, shit, too bad. So again, just really being fed up, I really wanted to get this thing. I just decided to just sit down and go through every single page on Google. Click. It goes on the page of Google. It's like G-O-O-O-O-O-O-O X amount of times for the listings, for the pages rather. And I went through the first to just like the 17th or something, right? And of course, the first few pages rather, are completely fruitless because they'll list the fairly large stores that are in both here, Canada and the US. And of course, those are all going to be sold out because those are major stores at the end of the day. And then the further I went, I was getting into like smaller mom and pop shops in the US and in Canada, smaller stores. And there was a hit at one point. There was one site that it was an American store in the US. That's redundant. It was an American store in New York. And they had it for a reasonable price, but they didn't ship to Canada. So again, I was screwed. And clicking on page after page after page, we were starting to get into China, Thailand, Singapore, the Philippines, Australia, Europe, all sorts of different countries. Again, if they did have it, which is a big if, it may have been an inflated price, right? Because this is somewhat out of circulation, I guess you might want to say. And if it wasn't that, then the website seemed a little sketchy. Like, I wasn't sure if I could trust this website. So in a bout of frustration, I went from page like 8, page 7, all the way to page 15. I just like, fuck this. I just skipped all the way to like page 15, the 15th O on the Google thing. And lo and behold, one of my local stores was on that page. It's a chain. They're called Great Hobbies, and they have a store locally in my area, but of course, as I said, it's a chain, and they have a warehouse, so it was available at the warehouse. This one kit, which it was listed as like overstock. They needed to get rid of it, and it was regular price. It wasn't like a blown up inflated price. And of course, there's shipping and handling and everything, but ultimately I didn't have to pay an insane fee for this. It's just surprising to me that I ended up finding it at like effectively a local Ontario retailer. But yeah, there it is, the Tiltrotor pack. And the other interesting thing about this is, if you look here, there's a chainsaw. And that was the other thing that I've been looking for. Aside from the Tiltrotor pack, I didn't realize that the Tiltrotor pack came with a chainsaw, because that's the other thing that I was looking for my whole concept of this diorama, was that I was looking for things like buzzsaws and like construction and deconstruction kinds of tools, civilian tools, if you will, building tools. And lo and behold, this model, which I've been looking for, just because it was associated with the Red Beret, has a chainsaw, which is, again, the thing that I wanted for this kit, and it all just kind of worked out. So really, it was meant to be. It was meant to be, and we will build this a little later in this stream. But yeah, that's my story.